Hi everyone, today I'm just doing a quick video because I had a big Facebook Live fail on Friday, and I was trying to show my mystery kits that I sent out last week. I send out a mystery kit once a month, so if you're one of my Facebook group, it's called Beth's Paper Cuts Idea Sharing Group. If you're part of that group, you might know all about my mystery kits, and if you're not, maybe join that group. It's open to all stamping enthusiasts, demos or not. And so anyway, it's a fun little thing I do every month. It's called Mystery Kits, and I send out a little packet in the mail, and then at the end of the month I kind of show what I made with the kit, and of course people who get the kit can make whatever they want, or they can wait to follow along and see what I made and copy. So anyway, this month I sent out kits featuring our In Colors That Are About to Retire, which is Seaside Spray, Pretty Peacock, Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, and Terracotta Tile. And those are beautiful colors that are all about to leave us soon. And so all the kits had a variety of scraps from that paper pack that you can see right here in front of me. And I put them together on live, but apparently my video froze, and I didn't notice that, so I kept going and put all my kits together. I didn't finish this one, so I'm going to finish it now. When I noticed that it all cut out, I thought, well, I better stop and finish this one later. But then I had, technical difficulties, and the weekend got away from me, and I could not get back until now. So now it is Monday afternoon. So I want to show you my idea behind this month's mystery kit. It was all about scraps. It's the end of the catalog, the annual catalog. We only have one more month to go of our annual catalog. So it's kind of when I start to look at what I own, and I had a lot of scraps of this paper, and it was beautiful paper. I've used it for the whole time, and it's really, I love some of the colors, especially the Seaside Spray and the Pretty Peacock. Those were my favorite from this pack, and so I wanted to use up some of this before it was gone, and I thought I would share these pieces with you. Now, as I was going through, I realized I was coming up with repeated sizes. So it's common sizes that you end up with towards the end of a designer series paper, because you kind of tend to cut, you kind of cut matte layers at 4 and 5 1/4, or you cut certain sizes over and over again. So you end up with a lot of the same size scraps, and I was starting to notice that. So I was able to piece together kits for, I think I sent out 20 kits, and I was able to piece together a bunch of, and now I did have to cut some new pieces for people, but I had a lot that I didn't have to cut, so that was pretty cool. And everybody got one of, I think, 4 different kits. So I want to show you the ones that I sent out. I sent out this one, and if you got this kit with these size scraps and this punch, then this is how that was supposed to look. Okay? And so then some of you, so that was all on Rococo Rose. If you got the Rococo Rose one, that was your kit. If you got the Purple Posy kit, this is your kit. And this is how I use the scraps. Now, the cool thing about mystery kits is a lot of times people put these kits together on their own. So maybe you've gotten the kit and you put it together completely differently. And that is cool. So I would like to see that. So post your finished projects at the Facebook group. And if you have not been there, keep watching, because I'm going to show you some scrap maps and ways to use your scraps. Okay, so that was the Purple Posy kit, and if you got the Seaside Spray kit, then you got this one. And so everybody, you'll notice, got a different label. And that is fun. This is a label that is soon to retire. So this is called Storytime Label, I think, and it's really cute. And this one's about to retire. So take a look at that on the retirement list, which is out. It came out on March 24th. There's a lot of good stuff on sale. There's even stuff, I believe this paper, I believe these gemstones. This punch here is about to retire. It's called the Petite Petals or Petite Flower. I'm not sure, I'll have to look that up. This one's about to retire. All these little gemstones are about to retire. These little gem butterflies are all on sale, which is cool. So take a look at that retirement list. Also, everybody got some vellum pieces. Some people got vellum butterflies. If you got the Purple Posy kit, you got vellum butterflies. If you got the Seaside Spray kit, you got vellum daisies. And if you got the Rococo Rose, you received some of this vellum sprigs. Those are not retiring. The daisies are staying, and the sprigs are staying, and the butterflies are staying. It's just this punch and the in color things. All right, what other kits did I send out? That might be the only ones I sent out. I did do some other cards on my own that I wanted to show you. Those are the 3 different kits that got sent out. And then how you put them together was up to you. Please share them. But now I want to show you some of what I was thinking, like what these are all about. And it's all about using your scraps. So here is a kind of what I call scrap map, ways you can put together your scraps. And so I want to show you other scrap maps. Okay, so here's another one. It uses one large piece on the side and two smaller. Now I started to make a PDF, which I will share on the Facebook page. And it has, this is light, it shows up darker on the computer. My ink is running low, so I need to get some more ink. But it's basically maps, and I was going to put sizes on here so you can know the sizes, but then I stopped myself because really, you can change that so easily. So I just want to show you the patterns, and then the patterns are on that little PDF that I will put up on my Facebook page and blog. So you've got a big size here, but if yours was not quite, I believe that's 2.5 inches. I was finding I had a lot of 2.5 inches. Let's see. Yep, 2.5, and this is 2.5. I was noticing I had a lot of 2.5. Okay, so 2.5 inches. And then on this one, it's 1 1/4. So together, a lot of times when we make cards, us in the US especially, we tend to make a standard size greeting A2 card, they say, and that would make your card 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So a lot of times we use a 4 by 5 1/4 mat piece. So this is not quite 4 across. So you can go ahead and put it down on another piece of cardstock. So you can choose a complementary color, or here I just used white, or you can decide, you know, I don't need to put a mat around that. It's just going to have a bigger border, and that's okay too. So that's why I didn't put sizes. I decided, you know, the pattern is what's important. So if you have one that's, maybe you're not 2.5 across, maybe you're 2 1/4 across, well then these would be a little bit thicker. So you can use, these here are 1 1/4, so then use one that's 1 1/2. So I just want to basically show you the pattern. Here's another one. This is kind of the same idea. Here it is skinnier over here and thicker here. And then we've got this one. This is that 2.5 piece I had a lot of, but on this one, instead of going 2.5 all the way down like here, I have another color. So these are basic patterns. Of course, here's just using one piece on there. I did a few like that because I was using some. Or you can use one piece across like this and then add a second stripe across the middle, kind of like a little belly to kind of accent your sentiment, kind of anchor it down. So it's just using up that piece in the background here and then adding a strip across. So I can do the opposite here. So I have one, I can do something like that on this one and then add my label. So here's a label I have laying around, so I could add that. Let's see if I have any other patterns in here that I wanted to show you. No. Okay, so I want to kind of show you with a different piece. I used up all of my, I have just a few pieces of scrap left of my in color paper, but I have other designer series papers, and I tend to keep my scraps together, and I put them in a little envelope. So here I've got scraps of this one was called Flowers for Every Season. This paper is also retiring, and so this is going to be gone soon, and it's on sale. So look for the sale items. If you go to the online store, you can see it's called Last Chance Products. So these are products that are going away, and this is really pretty paper, so you might want to take a look at that. So I thought I would kind of do a little card here together with you, which I intended to do on my Facebook Live. So let's take a look at the scraps that I have in this pack. So this one uses different base colors, so I'm going to be looking at some Misty Moonlight and Bumblebee. Also in here is Just Jade and that Magenta Madness. So you want to look for those types of colors for your bases. Here's the Just Jade. And then what are we going to do with that? So I kind of went through my pack and I just look for sizes and I kind of see what goes together, like look for similar. That one's almost there, but not quite. Are these two the same? No, but not. So I just kind of go through what I have. And another thing that's fun is just doing stripes all the way across. So you can do something like that. So here, let's see if I have some things. Just kind of spread out my papers here. Some of that green dot, which is nice. So I can look to see, do I have anything that can go with that? I like this tulip to be facing up, so I'm going to try to keep it that way. Here's a piece, and here that's really similar. Maybe those could go together. Do I have another one like that? Oh, these two are the same. Oh, here's another one of those tulips. This time it's going this way, so you can kind of build from there. So I would take, say, my Just Jade cardstock and start building. So this one can go this way, or I can flip it. And I can look for things that can go at the top of that. Do I have something like this? And then maybe, let's see if I have another green that'll work. Oops, sunflowers. Maybe I'm just going to flip that. I could do something like that. And then this is a little bit long, but that's okay. When I glue it, I can glue it like so, or I can go ahead and cut off the end. I think I'm going to look for a different way to do it though. That one was too short. Now this green kind of gets lost on there, so maybe I want to look for something else. I think if I put it on a Magenta Madness piece, I will like it better. So let's look at that. And then maybe are these the same size? Are these the same size? Neither are the same size. That's okay, because we can trim down. We're really close. And then this, does that go across? Ooh. So maybe I can do something along those lines. It's a little bit off on this side, but we can work with that. So just use your scraps and see what you can come up with, see what patterns you can make, and whether or not you want to add a border around it in another color. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those down, and then we'll finish that card off. I think I'm going to put it on a border though. I have some of these. So I'm overlapping it slightly because they were not the exact same size. And this way you don't even have to trim. So now I'm just going to trim a little bit off the bottom here. And I can go ahead and put this down. And now I've used up my scraps. And then as far as dressing this up, once you're done, your possibilities are endless. So I've got some of, let's see, I've got some extra of these little shapes here. I've got some daisies left over. I actually went and looked at this stamp set to see if I had something left over here. And sometimes, oh, I even have some papers cut out. I can add that. So let's see, you know, maybe I will do something smaller. So many options, really. Let's see if I have any of the tulips. This one's got the sunflowers. Oh, that one's colored already. They're not the tulips. That stamp set is really pretty. It has tulips that match it. Oh, also, a lot of times when a new catalog comes out, a bundle that, hard to say this. Okay, so currently in the current annual catalog, if you bought this stamp set with its matching paper punch, you would get a 10% off discount because it's a new item in the new annual catalog. However, it is going to be in the next catalog that comes out in just a month and a half, but it will no longer have that bundle price. So if you've been eyeing this Jar of Flowers stamp set, you might want to grab it now, because now it's bundled together with a 10% savings, and it will still be available in the new catalog, but it will no longer have that 10% savings. So take a look at bundles that are currently available, because they're really great to get that extra 10% off. All right, what do I got in here? Let's see. I think I don't have any tulips, so that's okay. You don't have to use the exact one. We can go with something like this. Or what else do I have? I have a happy birthday. I could do something like that. And then in here, I see some flowers from my paper. I could add some flowers. What's wrong with, oh, this is like a half a flower, so if you tuck it behind, no one will know that it's only a half a flower. You could do something like that with a bow. So you're just using up your scraps. So that's what this month's mystery kit was all about, is using up scraps. And see what kind of paper pack scraps you have laying around. And if you have made something even before, or you have other fun ways to use scraps, there's also lots of nice card quilting you can do, where you can use scraps in a quilt pattern. Show me those on our Facebook group so we can all kind of see other ideas. I'm going to go ahead and tie a ribbon around that. Now, another thing to look for at this time of year, this retirement time of year, is these colors I'm using right now, the Just Jade, Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, and Cinnamon Cider. Those are in colors also, but those are carrying over. They always carry over for 2 years. So while we say goodbye to one set of in colors and we get a new set, we also have one that kind of carries over. So these colors will be available in the new catalog, but a lot of the fun little accessories that went with them, like the ribbon I'm attempting to tie my bow with right now, they're going to change up the ribbons for the next catalog. So these ribbons are also on sale. There's a lot on sale right now, is basically the message you should be getting. And so take a look at that sale. And things go fast at the last chance list, because you know they're not going to get more of them. So whenever they're gone, they're gone. They're not going to restock. All right, so I've got a little bow in here. And now I'm going to add just these little flowers that, I think I'm going to hide that pink because it's too repetitive, but if I kind of put one below the other, I can do that. So let's put that one. And this. I like that it's got leaves. Let's put that like that. And then here I'm going to tuck this one coming out so it still has some fullness in here, and I'm using up this little half flower. And no one will know that it was never a full flower, right? Let's put that right through there. So there we've got a quick little card using our scraps. I think I'll use a glue dot so that my bow stays in place and doesn't cover the happy birthday. Okay, there's one. I also found a bunch of these sunflowers that I had colored on my desk a long time ago. I have like a little box of scraps that I keep on my desk, and so I thought that would be fun on another card. So let me see what I have that has some of the sunflowers, so we can work with that. Ooh, that is like a half. So do I have something about this size? Nope. These two would go together nicely on a card front. What else do I have? Nothing but the sunflower. I was hoping to throw a sunflower on. So we got that. That would fill up the top half. And do I have something for the bottom half? I could cut that. Is this the same? Nope. Okay, so I think we'll do something along these lines. And I'll trim this. So this one looks like it's 4 across. Let's see. Yep. So let's trim this 4 across. All right, let's see what we can do here. Now we can go this way. What do I have here? I've got 3 sunflowers. I've got 4 sunflowers. I could do 2 cards maybe and save some. I can throw a leaf on there. I need to find a greeting, so let's look for a greeting. I'm grabbing this one, Peaceful Moments. It has a lot of great sentiments in it. So you've got birthday, sympathy, thank you. I need birthday, so I'm going to go with that. And let's see, do I want this card to go horizontally? Where do I want? Do I want to add a ribbon? So kind of plan it out a little bit. I think I'll put my sentiment down at the bottom. I am going to put some dimensionals on there. And some sunflowers. Let's go with maybe just 2, and I'll save some for another card. And do I want to throw a ribbon? I meant to stick that ribbon down before. So this is kind of a strange video. Normally I have an actual plan and then I execute that plan on my YouTube videos, but this one is a makeup for a Facebook Live and Facebook Live mystery kit. And normally I don't have a plan for, well, I do have a plan, but this month my plan was to show how to use scraps. And I want you to use up your scraps. You don't want to have a bunch of leftover things that just don't get any love and they're just sitting there. Alright, I tied that funny, didn't I? Okay. It's been such a crazy week of technical difficulties. I just sent out I sent out a team newsletter today, and it was meant to go to 15 people, and I accidentally sent it to my entire newsletter base. So I sent my team newsletter to, I think I have like 430 something people who get my newsletter. So they're probably like, what is this crazy, I don't know what this is, email. So if you're one of those, I'm really sorry. It's probably, you're saying, why are we talking about end of quarter and stuff like that? Because you don't care it's the end of the quarter. Luckily, I didn't send out any insider information this month because, yeah, that would have been bad, but I didn't. So it's kind of a boring team newsletter, but if you got it, that's why. I'm really sorry. And I tried, as soon as I hit send, I saw it and I thought, oh, can I get that back? And I could not. So that is why you got that. All right, let's decide this one. Sometimes you just want to stamp and put cards together, but you don't want to think. This is a good one for that. It's kind of like putting together a puzzle. How do I want this one to go? How do I want that one to go? I kind of want this green ribbon tucked in. Maybe I'll make the bow a little smaller and shorten up those tails a little bit. But I thought maybe you wouldn't mind seeing a video on the process. So hopefully that's what this is. A video on the process. Do I need to fill in over here? I don't know if I really do or not. But let's go ahead and do it anyway since I've got these sitting right here. I have not mastered this new adhesive, I have to say. Sometimes it's no problem. All right, again, I'm gonna put a glue dot behind my bow so it stays exactly where I want and doesn't cover my happy birthday. So that is number 2. Now I already kind of worked on putting together a few different scraps beforehand, and so I know I saw, didn't we see a colored one in here that was like this? Yes, we did. So what can I do with that? Maybe I'll use that. Maybe, oh, I've got a jar in here. Let's see. Maybe I could put some sunflowers coming out of the jar. Some big ones. We'll think about that. So just kind of look through your scraps. I think I will just post these last 2 on the Facebook page. So that was my supposed to be Friday Facebook Live, was showing you scrap maps and how to put together your mystery kits. So I had this one still left to do. So if you got this one, you were supposed to use your sprigs. Where's my other sprig? Use your little vellum sprigs there. And you got some of these little flowers. And you would have got a white label. I think I used the white label that came with your kit. I think I got the right one. And then you also would have gotten some of these little gems. So how you would have put your card together, let's see if that happy birthday that I have out fits this tag. It does. So let me use that. Okay. And then I just kind of built up oh, you would have gotten some ribbon too. Let's see if I can find the one I sent. Yes, it would have been like this. And I cut it into 2 smaller pieces and added adhesive where I knew would be underneath the label. And that way I could attach the adhesive like that. And my label like that. And then I just used these little flowers, and I wanted to show you a way to kind of give them a little more dimension. So I have a little pad here and a stylus, and I take the end of that, it's got like a little ball on the end. I take the Stampin' Up ones have a larger size and a side and a smaller side. The larger side, and just kind of roll it in the center of the flower. See how it kind of folds up a little bit? Just gives the flowers a little more dimension. So I did that, and then I used some of these little gems that I included in your kits, and I put them in the flower centers, and I think I changed which one was in which flower center. Now those can go down with glue dots, or you can use liquid glue, however you like to do it. Something along those lines. So hopefully you liked the mystery kits this month. If you got one, please share it, and next month I'm not sure what we'll do. We'll do something completely different, and I'll post some scrap maps up on the Facebook page also. Thanks for watching. Bye.